I mean, yes, thank you.
Yeah, brachas will be easy. After that, woo! After that, that's what.
I mean, it is harder. It's harder than Baba Kamma.
Truth is, Zerayim not so bad, but Tyrus. I mean, I'm
Tyrus
doing.
is. By the way, so it's what? How many people who are gonna on this daf actually did Tyrus with a chabrusa or with a shear will
No,
probably all have a better understanding of it.
no,
Everyone.
that's the Shem. Let's hope. Yeah, let's hope
Yeah,
so.
I'm saying that everyone will have a better understanding. Maybe we did it with the art school by ourselves. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Turn around on 2 dots. About 50. Not the, There's two dots. There's one, and then there's one about 10 lines up, and then there's a few lines above that. A major Gemara, which we already had in what Masada did we have it? Yevamis, I think. It wasn't all that long ago. But anyway, so let's see. Turn around.
Where's Salah?
I don't know. He went to Bava.
Is that
Okay, so sorry. Turn around. Chafar. Okay, we're talking about bar, right? We're talking about the whole sugi of bar. So turn around. Chafar or pasach or masal rabbi. The guy digs a bar and he opens a bar, meaning or he opens a bar, and then he gives it over to the rabbi, meaning he's a what do you call it? A giving person. What do they use for that?
He's a Ben Avram Avinu.
I guess so. Right? I mean, whatever. He's a philanthropist. That's a philanthropist, right? He's donating virus. Right? He digs and he even digs it himself. He doesn't hire somebody. He digs it and he uncovers it and he donates it to the public. So Potter. He's Potter. But if he digs a hole and he opens a hole, and he didn't
And this is the bar that
give
the
it to
island needs.
you're talking about those guys that do chesed that don't necessarily need the chesed?
I mean, when he opens up a hole in 42nd Street and 7th Avenue, who wanted it there?
I hear. No, yeah, it's a good point. A good point. L'chayra means that the island could use it, I'm assuming. That's what I thought. Yeah. Taka, yes.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Yeah, the lashon of the Shulchan Aruch, very good. The lashon of Shulchan Aruch is it's this is all if he dug it in a place that he has rishus to dig a hole, right? In the middle of 42nd Street, right? That's a good that's a good order, right? But if he dug a hole and he didn't go to the Ram, then he's chayiv. V'chein min hagish shel Nechunya. This was the minig of Nechunya Chayfer Bayris. This Nechunya who used to dig Bayris Shichin Umaras Sheyach Chayfer Upeseach U'Maisel Ram. That was his thing. Right, he was considered the the bar digger. When the Chama heard about what he did, Amru, they said, "Kayim ze halacha zu." This person is being mekayim this halacha that he dug virus and he gives it over to the rabbin, and then he's not responsible. Halacha zu v'sulois. That's the only halacha he kept, and that's it. Elaima af halacha zu meant even this halacha. Meaning, and of course, he kept other halachas. Fine. Taner Rabban, and then we have a very musar. I mean, this encompasses everything: musar, schar and einish, Kabbalah, Nevius, right? So Taner Rabban, Ma'asav Avita shel Nechunya Chayfer Shichin. There was a story with the daughter of Nechunya who used to dig holes, right? Meaning that guy that we just discussed. Shenafel lebar. His daughter fell into a bar, lebar gadol, to a big bar. Bava Rabbi Chanina ben Taisa. They came and told Rabbi Chanina ben Taisa that his daughter's in the bar. So Shari Shaina Amar Lehem Shalom. In the first hour that they came to him, Lachara doesn't mean hour. Maybe it does mean hour. That's a whole different tunnel. Whether it means if hour means dafka. The first hour they came and he said Shalom. It's going to be peaceful. Shniya Amar Lehem Shalom. Shlishis Amar Lehem also. She's out. Right. So he's saying Nevius from where he was. So Amrullah mi hela. So then this part's not in the story, but obviously it was true and she got out. So they said to her, who took you out? She said to them, Zachar Sharechelim Nizdameli, there was a sheep, a male sheep that came to me. The Zakan Echad Manhega, and there was an old man being manigit, which the Mefarshim say, Rashi says it was Yitzchak's ayil, and Avraham Avinu was leading it, whatever that means. And and that they got her out of the bar. So Amru loy Naviata. So they said to Reb Chanina ben Daisa, "Are you a Navi?" Amru loy Navi Anochi, like Ben Navi Anochi. I'm not a Navi. I'm not the son of a Navi. Elokach Amarti. This is what I said to myself. If you something that a tzaddik is mitzvah with it, you kashal by zaroi. His children are going to end up being not nichshol, but they're going to end up being destroyed from that. Meaning if he donated all these virus with water in it to Klal Yisrael, so then is it right that he would get punished by that? Can't be. So Mamela, it's he's not going to get punished that way. So Amar Rav Acha Afa Pikein Meis B'noi B'tzama, and even so, his son died from thirst. Shenemar Svivam Nisara Ma'od. That is what's around him is Nisara Ma'od is very wild. Hashem is very medactic with whoever's around him. Right, meaning even though it sounds like in the Gemara that even though his son should not have been punished from thirst because he made sure everybody was not thirsty, right? And then his son was punished from thirst. So he's saying that since he was such a big tzaddik, so then whatever chet he did, he had to get an einish. He had to get an einish for it, and then it's from thirst. It's hard, very hard to understand.
I can't say that line that's just sitting there waiting to be said.
Okay, I don't know which line.
No good deed goes unpunished.
No good deed goes unpunished. Yeah, that's right. Right, so Taisus, if you look at the bottom Taisus asks the question we're all asking. What's going on? One line of the Gemara, you say that he's never going to get punished from his daughter John. And then the next line, his kid dies from thirst. So Baruch Hashem, we're not smarter than Taisus. Taisus is also smart as us, right? So Taisus says, how do you know this? His son died from thirst. Thirst is not the same as drowning. It's not the same as drowning. That's a little different version of it. Okay, so Taisus is giving a very meat and potatoes teretz. He's saying there's a difference between drowning, not drowning, and thirst. No, I can't necessarily understand the difference, but he helped everybody not be thirsty, right? Granted, he dug pits, but he helped everybody not be thirsty, right? Fine. So, yeah. Then there's a few other things here. But okay, it's Friday. What are you going to do? It's Friday. Reb Nechunya said from here, right, that Kel Naretz B'Sadi Kedoshim Rabba V'Noira Kol Svivov. Right, Hashem is Naretz from Naritza V'Nakdishcha. I think it's from Naritza V'Nakdishcha. B'Sadi Kedoshim Rabba, and he has fear over everybody. Amar Abchinina Kol Ha'omer. This is a real sobering thought right here. Kol Anybody who says Hashem is a vatran, he gives in Yivasru Chayav. His life is extra, meaning just you're wrong. Shenemar Hatzur Tamim Paloi, right? This they say by Levias. Hatzur rock, his work is perfect, and Kikol Dracha Mishpat, all his ways are Mishpat. Right? So meaning you can't say. Meaning Rashi, the way Rashi understands is if you go tell everybody, don't worry about it, Hashem is going to be Michael you, right? It doesn't work because then people are going to do Chatayim, because they're going to think that Hashem is going to be Michael them. So why not do a Chet? Right? Why not do a Chet? So Mamela, you can't say that. Right? And it has to be, it's all part of life. It has to be that there's punishment. Otherwise, the whole thing would be out of control. Fine. Amar Rav Chana v'Yitem Rashmu v'Nachmeni. My Dichsiv, on Talmud Beis now, Erech HaPayim, right? It's a fast day today, so we said it, right? No, I just thought about that now, right? Whoa, hold on a second. Sorry. So Erech HaPayim, it says Hashem is long in anger, right? The like siv Erech Af. How come he says Erech HaPayim plural? He's long in angers. Right? So what does it mean? Af erech apayim l'tzadikim u'lerishayim. He's an erech apayim for tzadikim and rishayim. Meaning, the way Rashi says it, he shows a long, really it's long face, right? He shows a long face to tzadikim because he doesn't give them their reward right away. He withholds their reward so that they get their reward in Olam Haba. And Rishayim, he also withholds their punishment so that they get their punishment. Again, the same thing. Why do good things happen to bad people? Bad things happen to good people. Right. So this is that answer, B'kitzur. Right. Again, Hashem wants tzaddikim to have a good next world, so he doesn't necessarily give them a good this world, and he wants Rishayim to not have a good next world, so he may give them a good world here. Fine. Tana Rabbanan. Lo yisakal adam m'reshus l'reshus. This is exactly what we do, right? A person should not take his stone, if he's taking down a fence or whatever it is, and throw it into the Reshus Haram. Exactly what we do with the snow, right? Take the snow, take it off your sidewalk, and throw it in the street, right? So that's or the feces or whatever that we've had, right? So you can't do this. The guy was doing this, and he found the chassid. Amar Loi Reika. He said to him, the chassid told him, Reika, empty. He's telling him a deep word. He said, why are you throwing something from a reshus that doesn't belong to you, meaning your own house, because your own house could be taken away. L'reshus shelcha, right? Why are you taking it from a reshus that doesn't belong to you to a public property, which will always belong to the public, right? So why are you doing that? So legally, the love. He laughed at him. He said, what a fool. He did. He's the opposite. He was taking something from his own property and putting it into property that didn't belong to him. Right? So Yamim Nitzruch Limkar Sadeh. In the end, he in a few more days he needed to liquidate his Sadeh. And he had to go in the street, and he ended up tripping on his own stones. Amar Yof Amar Li, I say what that chassid told me, he was pretty smart. Right? Why are you taking things from a shus that doesn't belong to you to a shus that does belong to you? Right? So that's so meaning don't get too comfortable in your own house, because you don't know when you're going to get thrown out. And that's the Maisa with the Chavetz Chaim, right? That famous Maisa with the Chavetz Chaim. Somebody came to visit him, and he said to him, like, well, you have such junky furniture and nothing like that. And he said to him,
just passing through.
He said, where's your fancy furniture? He said, so you're here in the town for a couple of days. Where's your furniture? He said, I'm just passing through. He says, me too, right? L'chayra, this is the same story, no? What do you, right? The chassid told him, why are you digging stuff out from your own property into property that really belongs to you, right?
But then the Gemara at the end, when he chapped, is really, he missed the boat.
Who missed the boat?
The guy who sold his field.
What do you mean? He sold it because he was forced to.
Because now it's not mine. But not really. If the point was that it's the Eibishter's, not mine, and he still missed the boat at the end.
Well, I mean, isn't that the point of the story?
So the point of the story was he chap at the end.
Right. I hear you. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so now back to Boris. So a chayfer bar b'reshus harabim. A guy digs a bar in reshus harabim. V'nafal l'sayf a shar or chamor, and a shar or chamor fall into it. Chayiv is chayiv. Echad a chayfer bar, shiach, ma'orach, ritzin, ni'itzin. Right. Whether you dig bar and shiach and all these different types of squares and round and there's covered and uncovered, etc., etc. We'll see in the Gemara. So on all of those you're chayiv. Imkain lama nemar bar. So what are you saying bar for? Why does the Torah say bar if it means any type of hole? Ma bar sheyesh v'kidei lahamis. So what it means is a bar has enough, meaning Rashi says 10 tvachim deep will kill lahamis asar tvachim. Right? So meaning what the amount it will kill will be 10 tvachim. Right? Meaning Rashi saying stam bar is 10 tvachim. It seems like the default bar is 10 tvachim. Av kol sheyesh v'kidei lahamis. So anything is kidei lahamis. Asara tvachim, it means it's 10 tvachim. So basically it's saying that any hole, 10 tvachim, no matter what the size is chayiv. Let's say the bar was less than 10 tvachim, and a shar and chamor fall into it and die. Chater he is potter. But if he was damaged by it, then chayiv, then the guy is chayiv. Meaning, so if you dig a bar less than 10 tvachim and it dies, you're potter because it shouldn't cause death, right? So that's like it's a einus. But if he got only damaged, so falling down a bar of 9 tvachim can be chayiv. Fine. So
that's pretty. If he only got damaged, you pay. But if he died, right? If he died, that's all right.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good point. It's a strange thing.
So the next time, make sure he's dead.
What?
The cow fell into my pit. That was only 9 fuck him, and they come dining to me. So I shoot the cow. And I said, okay, now he's dead. Now he's dead. Throw him back in the bore. He should fall down and die, because then I'll be punter.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday. What do we have? Oh, if you kill a shifcha, you're more chayiv than if you cause a shifcha to miscarry. You're more chayiv than a what do you call it?
No, this isn't the same. This is pashut. If you hit someone's hand with a hammer and he gets damaged, you're going to be chayiv. You hit someone's hand with the hammer and he dies, you're going to be pater. There's no way to connect the two. It's just a physical.
Why that makes sense?
Reaction.
That makes sense that he should be putter.
Not putter. You probably chayiv misa. It's come with the rabbin.
No, there's no company. He's putter, completely putter. A buyer test cannot kill an animal. If it can't kill an animal and the animal died, then I'm not responsible. My buyer is not responsible for the animal's death.
You can't get any bigger damage than that, though. If you broke a leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs, okay, then I have to pay. It breaks his neck, then I don't have to pay. Right?
And the Torah says that falling 9 tefachim is not enough to cause a broken neck. Even if it is lechavta, if it's lahavla, it's easier to understand. The air at the bottom of a 9 tefach pit is not still enough to kill anything. 10 tefachim is already enough.
I don't think that. I mean, I get him telling me that's the Torah is telling me that. Then it's more of a chayk. But you can't get any bigger damage than if the thing died. And if it did die, we're saying he's puzzling.
Rachmim, it makes no difference how big.
Okay, we gotta go a little.
Or it's not.
Jaco, I'm just gonna mute everybody. We don't got time for this.
No.
I'm in Florida. I got another hour and a half, so you guys keep going. Don't bother me now.
Okay, Per, it's a pleasure not to see you barbecuing. Omar Rav, yeah. Bar shechayev alav Torah lahavali v'lo lechavata. So it's a major machlokes here. What's damaging the bar? The heat, or when that it was hit? Right? Alma kasomer chavata karka oilam hu demizakale. So meaning you see that the karka oilam is what kills him. That's what's causing the damage. Right? Meaning it's not him. You dig a bar, it's the heat that's on the bottom of the karka that's killing him, according to Rav. Shmuel, I'm sorry. Yeah, but it's heat and not for chavata, meaning it's the bad whatever the heat that's down there. Yeah, and Shmuel Amar la'avala b'koshechen l'chavata. It's hevel. It's both. So Gemara says the Torah seems to say chavata. It says the guy's pit, shore falls into the pit. The Torah is saying, hey, there's any type of bar, even if it's full of cotton on the bottom of the bar, which will soften the fall, the Torah still says that that's considered a bar. Okay, so my binay, what's the practical halachic difference whether the shore is dying on the bottom of the pit because of the hot air that's down there, or because of the how do you call it, impact? You can out the upper goiva, but it's just a ram. But it's talking about where you made the opposite of a bar. You made like a hill or something, or a mound, right? A mound that was just around. and then the animal goes up and falls off. The Rav Agoiva loy mechayev. According to Rav, there's no hevel up there, so you're not chayev. The Shmuel Agoiva nam mechayev. According to Shmuel, it's both. Okay, my time at the Rav. Why does Rav say it? The Amakarav v'nafal achiyipol derech nefila until he falls derech nefila. Shmuel v'nafal kol du mashma. It's kol duhu. Tanan. Right, Im Kain Lama Nemer Bar. Why does the pasuk say bar? Ma bar sheyesh b'kidei lamas asar tvachim. Right, we have all these different types of baras that are included in bar. So then, why does the Torah specifically say bar? So we're saying just like a bar normally has 10 tvachim. Av kol sheyesh b'kidei lamas asar tvachim. Any hole that has 10 tvachim. So Bishlam Shmuel. Af kol. What is even everything? Lasuye gaiva to include a hill or a mound. El Rav, what's the af kol? What's it coming to include? It's coming to include these like little square and round things. Right? Charitzim nitzin behedrik tanilu. Charitzim nitzin says it beferish in the Mishnah. Tani v'ada pevar. So the saying the Gemara learns it and then it goes and explains it. Ba'ani kulu the katani lamali. And why taka do you need so many different types of virus? So the Gemara goes, Tzricha, you need all of them. Ditan a bar, Havamina bar, Asara, Hu de Ispe. A bar has 10. Hu de Ispe Hablo has heat, Mishum de Kot and Vikricha, because it's very small and it's round. So there's heat in there. Avol, Shiach the Arif, but a Shiach which is longer, Ema Basara Lespe Havala, maybe if it's only 10 Tvachim, it doesn't have Hevel. Ditan a Shiach, and if it says Shiach, Havamina Shiach, Asara, who is 10 de Ispe Havala, that when it has 10, it has Hevel, Mishum de Kotin. Because it's very small, it's very thin. Avo ma'ara the merava, but a ma'ara that's square, a basara less by avala. Let's say with 10 doesn't have hevel. Feet on a ma'ara. They would say again, ma'ara really means a cave. Hava mean a ma'ara basara who the is by avala has hevel. Mishum the metalala, because it has a cover, so that it's going to have hot air in it. Avo chritzin the loy metali, but a charitz that doesn't have a cover, ema basara less havala, maybe 10 doesn't have hevel. Litan a chritzin, it says chritzin hava, mina chritzin asara. What do you say?
Charitza is not covered.
Chritzin, the loymata is not covered. I said it is covered.
I don't know. I thought so.
I don't know. Vitan chritzin hava mina. I'm sorry if I did. Vitan chritzin. Thank you. Hava mina chritzin asara hu de isku havala. A charitz of 10 has hevel. Mishum de lesbu revicha milael tfei mitatai, because it's not any wider on the top than it is on the bottom. Ava neitzin, but neitzin the revichi milael tfei mitatai that are wider on the top than on the bottom. So then ema basara less will hevel because it has where for the hot air to dissipate. Right, so Kamash Malon, so therefore it teaches us that it's not that all of these cases 10 tvachim is enough to be mechayev. Okay, I guess we'll stop here. We're gonna say a tilim or